Hello everyone, I'm Havoc and this is Factorio Space Exploration. Before we get into the video, I'd like to go ahead and let everyone know that in the description below this video, there will be a link to my Discord and to my Twitch channel. Come join us in Discord. We really would love to have you there. I'll be putting information about videos out early as well as notifications for when I'm going to be going live streaming, so you guys can check that out down below, and let's get right into the video. I will have to separate the machines just a tad, because what I'm going to end up doing is offloading in between the machines. So I can get rid of that one there. And then I can grab the motors that we're going to get, like so. Oh, these autosaves. So much fun. And there we go. I want you to be electric motors. We're going to need a significant amount of these. Nope, yeah, I misplaced the spacing there, because I want it to come out and then immediately go back in. Trying a little different build style. That's not the right inserter. And then what that gives me is the regular motors there, the electric motors here. I still need to beacon these things, and I need to feed them lots of copper cables. That is interesting. So now the question is, how do I set up the copper cable production? Can I get away? Can I get away? Can I produce 15 per second from one of these? No, I cannot. So I'm only producing 11.2 per second from one. So I need 3 in order to produce the copper cables required for the 2 machines, which is going to be a tad bit interesting. So I can go ahead and say I'm going to be bringing copper down through here. And then what I need to do is pass, to get my 15 items per second, I will have to use these. I'm going to have to straight load these things. So what I need to do is have 60 copper cables split evenly over 4 belts. And that's per second. This is going to be an interesting little thing. And you know what? To be honest, that's what I like about Factorio. I'm just going to figure out something different to do here. I'm going to do something new and different than how other people have done it. And this saves me a little bit of belt and makes it look a little bit neater. So how am I going to make all of this cable? I needed, what, 6? It's a little too close. I needed something along the lines of these 6. All with production modules. 4. Throw some power there. I was hoping it would connect, but that's okay. Is that what we needed? Yes, this will produce 67, so it produces 7.2 additional per second. That's a lot. We are going to, and it only takes a small amount of copper in per second. That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. So I think we can do a very easy setup. We're just going to need to break off a small line of copper. It doesn't even have to be a lot. A single line will be fine. I want it to sort of line up with our setup going down here. And now I can just take off of here and produce some copper cables. Am I going to need copper cables for anything else in this build? I think I only need copper for the remaining items, for the bullets down here. So I think I can get away with not belting these copper cables anywhere other than here. I do need to balance them equally amongst these four. My brain is contemplating different ways to do that. I could also just do more than necessary. If I do 8 machines, that's loads and loads. I can combine 2, 4, 6, 8, 2 machines into each one. That's probably what I'm going to do here. So I was just trying to think of a way in which I can balance this easily, and I can do that by overproducing the amount of coils, copper wire, copper coils. What are they actually called? Copper cable. Goodness. If I call it the right thing, if you're listening to this video, you may be able to follow along. So now what I want to do is take out of each of these and immediately go into splitters to just combine them, and then run down. What would look best here? Probably start in the middle of that machine and go to the middle of that machine. And yeah, that would probably be better too. Just take the shortest route possible from both of those. This might look just a little bit silly. Also, it may not work the way I'm expecting it to work. Let's throw some power on it and see what happens. We get lots and lots of cables coming in. So, it looks a little goofy, a little airy, a little spacey. That's okay. But what that means is we need to turn around our setup here and send these motors the other way. Let's go ahead and evenly separate those. Look at that, I was real close to having it at the same time. Okay. And looks good. We are getting a half a belt of these out at a time, which is really all we need. We don't need that many. So we are looking good on those. That gives me a lot of the intermediate resources that I'm going to need over here. and I can keep carrying the copper down for making other things. Glass is more specific. Steel. See, the sand is only going to be necessary for the concrete. I'm just double checking myself after I make that comment. But yes, so I only need to make concrete here and then turn around and make that into other items. So I can take all of this sand and produce concrete. How is that setup going to look? If I click on concrete, water is very easy. Just drop some water fill in an offshore pump, power it. We've got infinite water. Sand right there. Stone brick is right here. We need to make iron sticks. So how many iron sticks? If I were to I am hitting all the wrong buttons here. I just wanted to put some modules in here. I don't know why sometimes my brain doesn't work. Oh. No. My brain was working, except for the fact that it wasn't registering. You can't put production modules in for concrete. So, what is this going to do? It's going to do 3.25 concrete per second. It's just under 4 concrete a second. And it's going to use a small amount. It's going to use a significant amount of water. Not really, because water can do thousands per second, so that's not a problem at all. Let's see of what we're going to use the concrete for. Is it just the concrete wall? 12 concrete every half second to make one. And hold up here, what were we saying? With a whole bunch of speed modules, the concrete was going to produce 3.25 a second. Is that because this isn't powered? Is that not calculating the modules? No, that's calculating the modules in it. Okay, so it's just absurdly slow beforehand. Understood. Well, what we're going to do then is we're going to need several of these. 4 machines will be more than enough, and that's fine. We may include concrete in the build, so we may actually make more than 4 of these machines. Their other resource input is not excessive per second. So let's come down here. We want it to be in between these 2 resources. It's using both of them. I think what we're going to do is just make it simple and make a dual line inside. So let's see. I can grab directly off of one and then the other. No, that's not a good way to do that. What would this build look like if I just did something like that? I need to visualize it. Hello? There we go. That's what I wanted. That's going to be for water. Speed modules in all of these. Then you're talking about powering both of them. And now we need to put in stone bricks, sand, and iron sticks. Iron sticks haven't been made yet. We can probably just steal off the line. How many do we really need? 5.2 per second for all of these. That's nothing. That's nothing at all. So it doesn't take a lot of stone bricks either. We can probably put stone bricks and iron sticks on one line and sand on another in order to get that going on. And what does a single machine need for sand? 3.2 per second. Then we output over that. No, that won't work because we need a lot more sand. So sand will be on an inside belt probably by itself. Then we're going to need stone bricks, and I could belt weave and put a red belt in between. I wonder if I want to do belt weaving though, or I can just expand the build out and change this around a tad. So we know we're not going to need sand for anything else down the line. So sand is only coming in and feeding our little build right here. We can build all off to this side and not worry about being in interference with the expanding of that belt. It's not going anywhere else. If I wanted to spread this out a little bit, that gives me access to more of the sides. Do something along those lines. Then I can always underground over to here. Is that the right spot? It sure is. I just eyeballed that. Look at that. That also means that I can move water in from outside parts as well. Either side, whichever one I choose to supply the water from. So now, this gives us a much more favorable area. So I can bring sand right down the center. I don't think I need two of these, do I? I only need one. Because it's only needing... that's not right. It was going to need 4 a second with the modules in here. Right? Yeah, 4 a second. That is 1 stack inserter. Can handle 8 a second, so that gives us that. Now what we're going to want are stone bricks and iron sticks going in and the output going out. And the output is also very minor. The output is 4 a second. I say that's minor, but I probably need to output onto a belt. So hold on here, I'm trying to think. If I do something like that, that gives me room to output with a stack inserter. There we go. Now we're getting tricky. So that gives us that going out. And we just need to pass our resources out here. We're going to go under with sand. Then I need stone brick and iron sticks. And we will do our little trick where we label these so that we are not holding something and needing another one. This will be stone bricks. There we go. We're looking good. How much sand? Not even 1 full blue belt, so we can turn all of that sand down. I know I'm balancing it up here, so I could just take from one line and not be bothered by the rest because it will balance unloading it up here. Now I need to double this setup. I can make my water come in from there and pass down like so. And I won't need that one. And I can just have our offshore pump sitting right up here. Where is the offshore pump? I know I have some. There they are. There we go. Now I'll pass the water through to the inside of all of this as soon as I give it power. That's another thing. How am I going to power this whole thing? That will work. There we go. Now, stone brick. I need a belt. That has stone bricks and iron sticks on it. The iron sticks, I think I'm going to be able to get away with a single machine. Single machine. Can I put productivity modules in here? You bet it. Now the question is, I'll have to speed module that as well. Putting that out of the way so it's only going to affect this. Now I should get a crazy amount. Yes, from 4 iron plates a second, it will make an excessive amount of our iron sticks. And I think what I'll do is just split this. And this can run on the inside of that belt, and then we will run stone brick to the outside of this belt. Probably can get away with a single line right here. Like so. This is going to be very interesting looking, but this will handle all of the concrete that we need coming out from these belts. Here we go. And then I don't need any more sand further down the line. So that makes good use of this little area. The only problem that I just realized when I zoomed out, if I need to come through here with any other resources, I'll just have to go down and around in order to get where I want to go. And that is fine by me. Looking good right now. I just need my bots to bring those over here. They need to bring modules, and they need to bring that set up to get that going. I do need a lot more stone bricks coming down for lots of other items. Now I'll have the concrete. I can start making the walls somewhere over here, probably off to the side here. In fact, let's hold on here. So I can throw a balancer out this way. And I would like to line it up with this if I could. So I didn't need to pick those up. That's fine. How many do we need making the walls? Half a second. Also, can I get productivity modules in here? No. Fine. I'd love to productivity module walls. That would be amazing. Okay. What is this going to make? 6.5 a second using 32.5 a second stone brick. My word. That's an excessive amount. 6.5 a second may be way more than enough. Let's see, because it only takes one to upgrade to the concrete wall and one to upgrade to the steel spiked wall. That's way more than enough. I probably don't even need this whole, you know what? I don't even need this whole setup to bring things out here. We can just throw this machine right along in here and grab off of one, but no, we can't. No. Oh, we could. What am I saying here? It was taking 32 stone brick per second, which, yeah, that's why. Okay. Yeah. We will absolutely need to balance and break a belt off. I can do it the other way. Where's that at? Right here. And that is because I'm going to have to use a mini loader to feed this thing. It's a monster. This one machine is going to take quite an extensive amount of stone bricks. Let's power it up. Oh yeah. And I probably want to just take out with a mini loader. You know, I could have done that for these. I really have to pay more attention to the things that I have available for me for building with these mods. There, have some more stone bricks, make me more stone walls. Then these stone walls and concrete are going to be added together in order to make me concrete walls. I want the concrete to keep going. The stone walls will also be needed to make gates. So where should I do that at? Because I'm going to need greens, I'm going to need these stone walls, I need greens, I'm going to need more steel. So I think I'm going to have to roll this down a little ways and maybe process this a little closer to down here. These walls are relatively cheap, so I feel fine running a belt down from this machine, or I could just make it down here a little closer. You know, that's probably even a better idea. Just make the stone walls closer to where we're going to need them, which is going to be down here in this area, because I want to get green circuits and steel and our motors here. So I'm going to need a couple of resources coming across over here. Where is my steel? Steel is right here. I've built everything in the way of steel. And I don't have a good way to get it down and around, except for just going out here. There's green circuits. Glass is going to be necessary down the line. We've made a mess of everything. The whole reason I left this gap was so I could move things around, and I should have built this down here, which I guess is what I'm going to do right now, is just relocate all of these things. The only issue would be, I can just move steel. I need one line of steel right now coming over here, and one line of greens. It's not a whole lot. The rest of it will be necessary down the line. But I just want to deal with walls right now. Let's not overcomplicate things. I am going to want stone bricks to come on down to here, and this is where I'll make the walls, the stone walls. And this is also where I will upgrade the walls, make gates, all of the fun things. But what I'm going to need is, like we did a moment ago, swap that out, drop a mini loader into there, and then add the assembler right off of the mini loader. Right. Let's see. Like so. Let's go ahead and load you up speed modules. Get our line coming out, and this will be used to make our upgraded items. We can start with the gates and just pick right off of this line as soon as it comes out. I'm not going to build too many gates, so that's not going to be a problem. This does not require concrete, so we will simply underground past it with the concrete. And then, actually, I probably want to move the concrete. I'm trying to think. I was going to pass some concrete through for the build itself, because I'm thinking about the blueprint. But this is not for setting up the blueprint to begin with. This is for maintaining the things that are going to get destroyed. And I don't think they destroy concrete, so there's no real need to do that. I can just pass through and immediately feed that into the machine that will make the concrete walls. We just need power. Not a big fan of the way it curves that line. It just looks weird. But there. Now we're looking at making concrete walls, and the concrete walls turn around and are going to instantly be made into steel walls by just adding concrete. And that means this is all that I need here. We are going to just speed module all of this. We're going to streamline this process completely. Just put mini loaders so it dumps it straight into there. And then out of here will come our steel walls. How many? Just going to make 6.5 per second. And this can use exactly 6.5. So it's perfect. It's just 1 to 1 to 1. It's going to use a whole lot of steel. This is also going to use a significant amount of steel while it's running at full speed, but it's only going to run at full speed until it builds up a buffer of however many of these that we need. So I'm going to need my wonderful motors. We're going to break a line off of the motors and bring that in. Hold on, let's look at this. I bet I can double up belts here. I can throw probably greens and steel onto a belt and bring it over here, and then side load a belt of our motors, bring them over here, do a little something like that, and like I said, I only want to side load the motors, so we're not taking too many over there. And then this is going to be greens and steel. I am going to have to come up with something for dealing with the steel. Actually, I don't need a full belt of greens and or steel coming over here. What I may do is just run a line of steel down here, branch off, and run into here first. This will build up till it's full. Just thinking out loud as I'm doing this. Because the rest of the steel is going to flow into this thing. It needs quite a significant amount of it. Let's do something along the lines of that. Underground here as far as we can go, and there we go. Now I just need to get steel down here, and I can sneak steel in a line right down over here. This is going to be nearly a full belt. I want to take it off very early and underground like so. That gives me steel here. It seems weird, all of this funneling down into just a few machines. But 6.5 per second is actually a ton. I don't believe the biters are going to be destroying 6.5 walls per second ever. Even if I'm fully polluted, the whole planet's polluted and they're running over it like crazy. So I don't really think that's going to be a problem. Now I just need to run green circuits into here. I am messing things up. Okay. That was supposed to be an underground. Now, all I need is a line of green circuits. Let's come down here and set up what that's going to look like. So many rocks. So many things just everywhere. I'll have my bots come place these at their leisure, because I know they're going to do that at their leisure. Now, you know, gates, they're not going to be that frequently used or destroyed, so this will back up quickly and just maintain a buffer, which means the resources this is going to consume is not realistic. It's not really going to consume that much, and it's going to back up. This one, the walls, like I say, the walls are going to be getting hit often and destroyed, and this one will be running frequently, and that's why I had no problem splitting the steel off to feed this first, and then the remainder running down here, because it's going to run here most of the time anyways. And now we should be running. And right up till we hit our limit. Okay. That's looking good. I like it. That's going to be it for today. If you've enjoyed my stream, thank you for coming. And I'll be here most Sundays around the same time streaming. It may not always be Factorio. And hopefully you enjoy what I play and you come and you join me for some more. I will see you all next time. That's going to be it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. If you had any comments, go down there and leave it for me to read. I do appreciate that as well. As I said at the beginning of the video, there are links to the Discord and my Twitch channel. So come join us in Discord. Really do want you there. I'll be, again, putting information out early about videos and streaming times. And I will see you all next time.